Hello, everybody. I am Olivia Welch, and I'm coming to you live from my living room floor. Um, I am Claire's cousin, and I am an actor. I'm from Texas, and then I now live in Los Angeles. I've lived here for almost a decade, which is kind of crazy. But I now work in movies, and yeah, that's what I do now, and it's pretty cool. It's a great job. It's very hard, very tricky, but the best job in the world. And I feel very lucky to get to do it. I primarily have worked in horror movies randomly just because I did some and they got big. And so now I've done a couple more. And they're a lot of fun. It's very crazy doing them. And randomly not very scary because I was even telling my friend this the other day. She was asking me if it was scary to be in a horror movie. And I said that it's not because you'll be like filming a scene of the movie with the guy that's supposed to be killing you or chasing you or something. And then they're also just like your friend in real life because you've been working with them. So there was a time that I was filming this movie called Fear Street, and our stunt guy, who was like our killer in the movie, he would chase us all day long, and then like we would go to lunch, and then he would ask us like how we thought he should propose to his girlfriend. And so we were totally helping him decide how he was going to propose to his girlfriend, and like looking at rings with him and things like that. And then we would go back to set and to film, and then he would continue like chasing us with a fake knife, and then they would call cut, and then he would go back and keep talking to us about his proposal. So it's kind of funny, honestly, working on horror movies for that reason. And it's funny to see your friends like be covered in fake blood and a lot of things like that. So it's actually very silly and funny working on the movies and not very scary at all. But because of that, my life has revolved around a lot of things that are scary. And also because I'm a person that's naturally very anxious. And I feel like the best thing that I've ever been able to give myself in those times is just prayer. And that is truly how I deal with the scary parts of life and the things that are very uncertain. And that's been great. Like my relationship with God and constantly talking to Him and praying and just kind of sometimes also being okay with the things that are still scary even when I pray about them, because there are times where things are very overwhelming and very scary in your life and you might not get an answer for a while, and it's because God sees your whole life all at once and you only see a little bit in the part that you're living right now. And so sometimes I've learned about praying and being very present with God and the way that you feel, and then kind of being okay with continuing to not know. And that hopefully a few years down the line, you see the plan that God had for you, and you're able to be grateful for the journey that you were taken on in those scary times. And that is really the thing that's kept me afloat as an adult, even. It's scary living in Los Angeles by myself. It was scary moving here and not having any friends. And it's scary just with my job where it goes up and down, and sometimes I'm working and sometimes I'm not, but I found that it's always worked out. And part of that is because of prayer and having a relationship with God that is consistent, but also doing the work that I need to do and continuing to try to be like God and live my life as a good person and work really hard. And again, be okay with those scary moments and know that at the end of the day, there is a plan for me, and that even if I don't see it right now, it'll work out. But that's the best thing that's gotten me through life. In all the times that I'm scared and very anxious, I know that if I am intentional about God and praying and continuing to build my relationship with God, I really can't go wrong, because that's the only way to go, and that way is up, you know? And so that's been something that's really, really changed over the years. I've gotten better at. There have been times where I was angsty and was, not the best about praying. I was really trying to rely on like earthly resources and myself. And that at the end of the day is really daunting and not something that you need to do alone. It's important to like rely on the community around you that you have here on earth and the people that know you and are there for your journey and your ups and downs, and that you feel like you can be honest about those scary moments with, and that they'll encourage you and love you through those times. And those are the people that God has given you on earth. And so I feel like I have learned a good balance of putting my faith in God and my trust in God, and then also putting my faith and trust and friendship into the people that He's brought into my life. And that has been the best thing that I've learned to do.